Good afternoon, welcome to today's vlog, Tuesday 28th of April. Hope you're all well. Couple of things before we get on to today. Little update from my exchange with CX yesterday, and that company I'm not going to mention up in Birmingham, who were advertising for 10 drivers to sign up on their app. I got a further email yesterday afternoon from the CX asking me if I could just forward a copy of the advert, which I've done. I did have it screenshot, so I've done that. But in the email to me was a little bit of interesting news, and they told me that they are starting a driver management process, which has been mandated to start from today, the 28th. It went on to say that all drivers will be verified to trusted. Verification must be completed before drivers' mobile can be activated. Now, that's great. I like that. That sounds good. That sounds like we're putting something in place. But in my email back to them with the screenshot, I did point out that surely that can still be overridden. For example, if I was to accept a job, it can use my picture to verify that it's me and then send the details through to my mobile. But that's nothing going to stop me screenshotting those job details and forwarding it on to someone who isn't insured or verified by Trusted. There's got to be something missing in that process. The only thing I can think of that will stop that is that you can only do one job at a time. That may cause an issue with co-loading, but then most of us on there don't co-load, or jobs aren't to be co-loaded. So I think it needs a little bit more meat around the bones, and hopefully by the sounds of it that will be coming out in the next few days. So watch your emails and see what turns up. Also, I would like to update, I mentioned last week I was talking about apps that we could also be on alongside the CX, and I mentioned a couple of companies that apps I'm on, and one of them is First Point Logistics. I had a lovely email from Amanda yesterday because I mentioned that the app was no longer accessible, and it is accessible to me. I just needed to uninstall and reinstall, which I did last night, and I'm back up and running on it. So thank you, Amanda. I did have a quick look today when I was looking for work, and there are some jobs in Bishop Stortford, Essex for later in the week, so hopefully we can access some work and work together through that. So yeah, once again, thank you, Amanda. I was looking for a little fill-in job I'll come on to today later, and one of those jobs popped up where a driver needs assistance in unloading. Not really what I want to do, but in this particular instance it might have fitted in. But what annoys me with these jobs is you put your price in, but they still expect you to wait 30 days or 30 days end of month, or even 45 days end of month for payment. Surely those type of jobs, if you do those, should be same day payment. I really think if you're going out your way to help somebody and do something that isn't driving, same day payment should be almost mandatory on those. Any comments, any thoughts? Let me know. The last thing I was just going to talk about, I'm thinking of getting some magnetic signs for the rear of the van. My van is clean, no logos or anything on it, which is what's uploaded to the CX. I know there are a couple of companies that require you to be clean. One of them I bid on a job of theirs today, and it didn't do me any favours because I didn't get the job. So I've been thinking about this for a while, and possibly getting some magnetic logos just to put on the back. I don't want the whole van plastered with my name and details, but certainly the back doors are the things people are more likely to see. Has anybody done that? I know a couple of you have. I've sourced a company called Signs DIY that seem to be quite good. They'll design and make the signs for your exact van. It's going to cost about £250, I think. So I don't know if that's excessive or not. Anyway, something I'm still thinking about, but let me know if you do that for your own van. On to today, I did win a job yesterday afternoon. There wasn't a lot around. I had a funny feeling over this job when I got it, and I was proved to be right. Job appeared for 8 o'clock collection from Witham, about 20 minutes from Colchester. Going back to Colchester, it was actually going to Brightlingsea. There's an industrial unit in town, and we've got a little fulfilment centre there, and I guessed it was going there, which it was. It was a large wheelbase job, 22 miles. I put a price of 50 on it. 60 would probably be my normal, but yeah, I just thought 50 would probably get that, knowing everything I do about where it's going, the shipper, and what the goods probably are. Half an hour later, a job appeared again on the CX for same job, same shipper, 9 o'clock collection. My 8 o'clock was still sitting there. 20 minutes later, I got a phone call from the shipper. My first question when they gave me the job was, is it the 8 o'clock one or the 9 o'clock one? Very confidently she said to me, it's the 9 o'clock. So I said, okay, I will cancel my 8 o'clock bid. Job details come through. It's exactly what I thought it was. It's collection from a large transport warehouse in Witham. I got on site at 8:15, early as always, as I like to be. Went into the transport office, gave them my details, and unsurprisingly they said that job's already been collected this morning. Rang the shipper up, spoke to a young lady in the office. She had a look on the system. She said there are 2 jobs there, I can see that. I said, well look, you have a word in your office, make some phone calls, give me a ring back in 5-10 minutes, which she did. It was an error at their end. I asked for £40 cancellation, as in my T's and C's, and no issues at all. Accepted that. Details were changed on the CX, and yep, it was all uploaded. I was off site by about 8:45. I've mentioned before, transport planners, they're worth their weight in gold. You know, it's an error in the office, but surely someone can see they've got a job on there for 8 and a job on a 9. And even when they rang me, I still queried it and still didn't click the button there in their head. So it's cost the company £40 plus, as I mentioned yesterday, a booking fee as well. So then all the admin of paying me and blah blah blah. You know, when companies are trying to keep prices low for us drivers, to throw away 40-50 quid on something as silly as that, there we go. What can you do? So I made my way outside, round the corner, got myself a cup of coffee, started looking for work, and we have the normal palaver. Chelmsford, 30 minutes away, going to London E11, Leytonstone, small wheelbase, 35 miles. Put £80 on that. It is an outskirts of London delivery. We're still in the rush hour. It's going to take time, but I didn't get it. Brentwood, 35 minutes away, going to London Northwest 2, Cricklewood. Same thing, small wheelbase, 33 miles, put £80 on that. Again, didn't get it, but North Circular is the North Circular. If you know, you know. More than 30 minutes away, that was going to Maidstone in Kent for the same shipper who's just cancelled me. Long wheelbase, £67. I put £90 on that. I think that's fair for a long wheelbase. Got to pay the tunnel. Didn't get it. And then there was a little job, and this was the one that wanted the clean vehicle owner driver from Witham, going to Reading. Small wheelbase, 101 miles, £100. I was literally looking. I think I knew where that was coming from, looking at the factory in front of me. Didn't get that either. Did get a job though at 9:45, so we're just on nearly 45 minutes to an hour later. And I've done this job before, and it's from Witham. It's going to Norwich and then back to Witham. It's a office, and it's just documents, boxes of documents being transferred up there and documents coming back. The only thing was, the job's for 12 o'clock, but I've done this job before. I've done it twice, and I didn't want to miss out on that because it's a really, really good job. So I put the price on, and I got a phone call straight away. Small wheelbase van they require, 149 mile round trip. I've done it before. The first time I got 150, but there was quite a few times afterwards I never got the job. and I'd lowered my price down to 140, was still not getting it. Last time I got it at 130, so that's what I bid again, 130. I suppose on a pence per mile basis it's still okay for a small wheelbase job, but the job's really easy. You can park right by the shutter where you collect the stuff. It literally is half a dozen, no more than that, document boxes. Same at Norwich. When you get there, it's a lovely drive, it's nice and straightforward, no dramas going to Norwich. It takes about an hour and a half each way. So I was pleased I got that job. I just wanted to try and find something to fill in. A bit on that job I mentioned, helping a driver, which I didn't really want to do, but it would have got me some easy money. That was in Chelmsford, and there was also a couple of jobs in Chelmsford that were local, one to Malden and one back up to Witham, but I think it's probably the distance. I'm half an hour away, and it's probably drivers and vans that are closer, so I never got that. So in the end it got to about 10:40. I decided I'm not going to look for anything else. Some bits and pieces I needed to get personally, so I popped myself into Witham, took use of a loading bay, naughty. Went and got the bits and pieces that I needed from a couple of shops, went and got myself some early lunch and a second cup of coffee, and that was it. Made my way over to the company where I'm collecting from, got there at 11:45, stuff is all ready. I was off site by 12. I'm going to be there in Norwich for 1:30, get the boxes swapped round. I'm going to stop and have my lunch for 15-20 minutes, it won't make any difference to the job, and I'll be back in Witham for about 3:30. There's always a chance I can nick something else late in the day or get something on board for tomorrow. If it's not, it's fine. It's two jobs, a 40 on the cancellation and 130 for this, 170, just shy of what my minimum is. But it's been a really easy day, no stress, no hassle. Yeah, nice and simple, and that's what we like. I'll take that rather than getting 200, 220s and have a load of aggravation all day long. All for an easy life. That's it. I hope you've had a good day. If I did add anything on, I'll let you know tomorrow. And obviously later in the day I'll be looking for something to get me up and running tomorrow. But I hope you've had a good one yourself and taken some decent money, and we'll talk tomorrow. All the best. Cheers, Paul.